That's our line.
He can't
Taylor
do that.
Swift is on the way, folks. She's on back to the break. Here she comes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, we're very excited.
It's amazing to be back in Sydney. This is incredible.
Are you able to take your eyes off his moustache at this point? I mean,
Yeah,
It's mesmerising.
it's magnificent. You know?
I really apologise. You know, I really wanted to shave it off, but this Movember thing we got to go through
And
with
you
it. So
painted it red,
I
which
painted
is
it
so
red for your album to match you
great.
In honour.
in honour of your wonderful album.
Yes, thank
Congratulations on the success of the album.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. The last time we spoke to you on the show, it was just coming out. You were kind of apprehensive. I hope it goes well. Bang, through the roof. That must be crazy, exciting, a relief, all sorts of things.
Absolutely, and it's all because of the fans. They're the ones who went out and bought all those copies.
You have really hit a note, though, with the song Never, Ever, Ever Getting Back Together. For any girl who's ever been in a rebound relationship, and for those who never have, they're keeping it in their back pocket. Because it really is an anthem now, isn't it?
Thank you. It's crazy. It's just kind of, I think that people can like just remember the chorus and it kind of gets stuck in your head, and it's just, if you've ever been in one of those like on and off relationships, it's kind of something that you can scream at the top of your lungs.
Yeah.
I do scream it out too. It's not just for the girls.
Yes, excellent.
Don't you reckon? Like it's all part of what you do so beautifully well, and that is articulate for the generation that follow you, but not just that generation, but a whole bunch of generations. How do you write such a catchy tune and connect with that audience like that?
Thank you for saying that. I guess for me, I don't know. I've just been writing about my life since I was 12. Like, I started writing songs because when I'd have a difficult day at school or I'd be going through a hard time, I'd just tell myself, like, it's okay, you can write a song about this later. And so I think I trained my brain to, like, be like, pain, write a song about it. Like, intense feeling, write a song about it. And I've just been living like that ever since.
So do you find yourself jotting down lines, you know, planes, cars, anywhere you are?
All the time, mid-conversation. My friends are all used to like me zoning out for a second in conversation and just getting up and walking to the other side of the room and singing into my phone, and they're like, oh, she's doing it again. So,
But what comes with that?
I love you too.
What comes with
Are you
every...
sure she was talking to you?
I think she was talking to the mustache.
Not with that moustache.
It's got a life of its own now.
It is.
What comes with that, though, is you are a huge role model now for young girls. And do you feel that responsibility heavily?
I feel like it's a part of my life that I shouldn't ignore.
Yeah.
You know, and it's interesting because I'm 22, and at that point in your life, people are like, you're 22, go make mistakes, learn your lessons the hard way. But like in my life, if I like make my own mistakes and learn hard lessons, like that's a news headline. So you kind of are living halfway going, okay, I have a huge responsibility to do the right thing. And then the other part of you is like, let's be spontaneous and live an exciting life. So you just kind of try to balance the two.
Yeah.
You're a beautiful and very obviously talented woman. Is it difficult to have a...
Thank you.
Very nice. Is it difficult to then, you know, to go outside? I mean, I don't particularly care to ask you about your personal, you know, situation, but just in general, is it hard to find a guy to go out with where you have that privacy in your life?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really focus too much on that part of it. It's tough when it's like you have to worry about like cameras and paparazzi and all that, but I mean, I don't know, I just kind of fall in love with who I fall in love with.
And do you reckon that bloke, when he breaks up with you, knows that he's going to cop it in the next album?
hit single coming.
Well, it's not like a secret, you know. It's not like I was like really hiding it from everybody that I write songs about my life. It's sort of like the main part of my personality and like who I am. So I guess it's kind of like signing a consent form, really.
What that means for all of the rest of us is we want you to be happy, but in a way we really don't want you to be happy.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because like you write most of your songs about really complex relationships. And people are like, what happens if you end up in like a simple relationship where you're just really happy? And
Well, the best songs come from tough times, right?
exactly, they do, and that's I think when I need music the most. And then I write songs about going through a tough time, and I think that's kind of when people need to listen to music the most. So it kind of works out.
Yeah.
Your career is littered with, you know, highest ever, first ever, best ever, biggest ever, evers. You know, superlatives.
Well, thank you.
Youngest person ever to win a, you know, Grammy for Album of the Year, all that stuff. Of what are you most proud?
I think that's a huge one, what
Yeah,
you just said,
pretty good
because
one.
that sounds crazy when you say it. But I think what I'm most proud of is like the relationship I have with my fans, where I feel like they really understand me. Like I feel like you guys get a lot about me, you know, and I really love that. It's like part of what gets me through when I'm having a really tough day. Is like I feel like there are a huge amount of people who get where I'm coming from, you know.
And in terms of your songwriting, going from starting at such a young age and now transitioning as you are through into young adulthood, does the writing change, and does who you pitch a song at change as you get older?
I think that as an artist, you try to change just to evolve for the sake of like keeping things exciting for your fans, keeping things exciting for you. And so with this album, what I wanted to do was challenge myself by like getting in the studio with people that I love, like Ed Sheeran and Snow Patrol. And that naturally evolves what you do and kind of blends it with what someone else does. And it essentially just causes this evolution of sound. And I was really proud of that on the record.
As well as huge album sales, you are huge on social media. Tell us about your cat, Meredith. And we ran some footage of Meredith
I
this
saw
morning.
that this morning and I was so excited because like every time the cat is on TV, I'm just so stoked about it. I don't know why. She has no idea 'cause she's a cat. And she just like, she's so awesome. Like she just always looks at me like I'm doing something weird. Like she's always just like
So much
like
personality.
judging me all the time. But she's so great and she's such a good traveler, and I couldn't bring her to Australia, but I bring her basically everywhere else. I know, it's sad. Quarantine laws.
Yeah.
That's boring.
Yeah, but I'll see her when I go back to the US, but it's crazy how many hits the videos of her have gotten. Like I didn't
popular.
see that coming at all. You guys are hilarious for doing that.
Hey, we had some of our viewers come in with some questions. Some Leanne Marie Brazier asked, what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Ooh, I think the people who say like really live in the moment, really appreciate what's happening to you while it's happening. I think that's really good advice. And take pictures of everything. You know, I take a lot of pictures.
You Instagram a lot of stuff, eh?
I do, yeah. I was Instagramming from the dressing room because you guys had this giant bowl of candy in my
Yeah.
dressing room.
Yeah.
It's just like amazing. God.
We wanted you to be impressed.
I was so impressed.
Good,
I was like,
good.
these people get me.
This is
Oh,
from
that's
Melissa,
nice.
one of our viewers. She says, your fans know that you love to bake. So what is your favourite thing to bake?
Right now, it's like fall, winter time in the US. So I've been baking a lot of like things with cinnamon and nutmeg and like gingerbread stuff and like pumpkin spice stuff.
Have you ever made a lamington?
No, what is that?
What's a lamington?
Has Taylor got a treat in front of her? It's like sponge cake, cut in half with cream in the middle and then chocolate on the outside and rolled in coconut.
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
God.
It's incredible. We've got to get you some lamingtons.
That sounds so hard to make. Can I
No,
just
it's
get
not.
one?
No, it's really simple. We'll get you a good recipe and we'll get you a finished
you
product.
know what?
as
There is
well.
there's one in the
Fantastic.
Channel 9 bistro downstairs. Would someone mind running down and getting a lamington from the Channel 9 bistro?
Yeah, you can buy them at the store,
I
too.
personally wouldn't eat anything from the Channel 9 bistro.
Oh,
no,
that'll
I'm
get
only
back.
joking, mate. What about Tim Tams and Pavlova and all that sort of
Tim
stuff?
Tams, yeah, we love those. You guys are killing it
Good.
with the Tim Tams.
Good response, good response. Now, when you come back here, what is it like when you come back? Do you ever see a relationship evolving with your fans as they go from from a younger age through to an older age? I mean, there's some older looking gentlemen.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure how they got it.
There's more boys now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of guys whenever I look out into the audience, and I. No, it's because you guys are hot and they know where you're gonna be.
Got it all covered. Hey, listen, someone else here, Michael, who's a boy, asks, who's your biggest influence musically in terms of your vocal sound? Do you aim for anything, or are you just doing your own thing?
I don't think vocally I have like a vocal role model, but I remember like growing up thinking it was so cool what Faith Hill, Shania Twain, and the Dixie Chicks were doing.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that for me, like the Dixie Chicks were always having so much fun and writing their own songs and playing their own instruments, and I think that was kind of what I wanted to follow, and Sheryl Crow and people like that.
We loved it when you sang with Stevie Nicks too.
Oh, thank you.
That was great, huh?
Thank you so much.
That must have been a buzz.
Oh, it was nerve-wracking. I was terrified.
She probably said the same about singing with you.
Oh, that's sweet.
Hey, listen, you want to sing a song for us this morning?
Yeah.
That's an absolute yes. Look, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Taylor Swift live on stage.